Piers has his fair share of lovers and haters, but everyone wins when he gets knocked off his high horse. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 times Piers Morgan got humiliated. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at all the times the country's most controversial journalist has gotten his just desserts. Number 10 on Facebook.
Stephen Fry tweeted that clip with the comment, "This has caused sunshine to burst through the clouds."
Piers decides to give the nation his thoughts about Facebook, the world's most popular social media platform. He tells Charlotte and Susanna how irritating he finds his friends and family when they post about politics on Facebook all the time, to the extent that even he, who never stays silent about political issues, needs a break.
I get annoyed when people start banging on about politics on Facebook. It really annoys me. I've had to unfriend family members.
However, the irony isn't lost on his co-presenters, who are quick to join the complaining about people who never stop talking about politics.
Yeah, when someone just keeps going on and on and on, and you just need respite and a break, and you just wish you could defriend them, but you're just forced every day to listen to their views.
Eventually, Piers realises that he's the butt of the joke. His dead-eyed stare says it all. Number 9, TV Choice Awards coverage.
You know the Graham Norton chair?
Yeah.
You could just put Piers in that. And then the viewers could vote as to whether you pull the handle.
In 2018, TV Choice Awards were covered by entertainment correspondent Richard Arnold, who took it upon himself to quiz various celebrities about their GMB opinions. He asks how they could improve their ratings, and also whether they'd rather be stranded on a desert island with Piers or Susanna.
Oh, Susanna. Naturally, Susanna.
Oh my God, Susanna, of course. Sorry, Piers.
Unsurprisingly, Susanna wins by a mile, but the most memorable moment came from the Dyers, who said one of the best ways they could improve the show would be to get rid of Piers Morgan entirely.
I think you've got to get rid of Piers.
I was going to think that. You know what, I was thinking that, but this morning he was all right. He was laughing.
No, I think he's got to go.
Unfortunately for Danny Dyer though, Piers has been a rating success. Number 8, Piers Who? Piers and Susanna were in Los Angeles to cover the 2019 Oscars when they ran into Vinnie Jones, who dropped by to make a fool out of Piers.
I've been in there with DiCaprio. I tried to get him in. He said, "Piers who?"
You've been with DiCaprio?
Yeah, in the Polo Lounge.
He said Piers who?
Piers who, yeah.
Vinny told Piers that he ran into Leonardo DiCaprio in the Polo Lounge and tried to persuade him to come and talk to GMB. But DiCaprio reportedly didn't know who Piers was.
Are you serious?
Yes, absolute custard pie.
Piers who? Have you really been with DiCaprio?
Yeah, he's in there with a baseball cap on. I've just been on his table.
Why didn't you bring it in? You should have brought him in here.
Outraged, Vinny offers to take Piers to the Polo Lounge himself to have it out with DiCaprio mano a mano. Then, at the last minute, Vinny admits that he's been telling a tall tale. Piers still holds out hope that Leo does, in fact, know who he is.
He said, "Leonardo, would you like to come and join Piers Morgan here at the desk?" And Leonardo said, "Piers who?"
I don't believe that.
Number 7, Trump's Muslim ban. Making a TV appearance in America, Piers ruffled feathers across the pond. He said a few things Bill Maher's other panelists thought were controversial about how Donald Trump compared with Hillary Clinton.
There is no Muslim ban.
The discussion turns to Trump's Muslim ban, officially Executive Order 13780, which aimed to lower the number of refugees allowed into the US. Australian comic Jim Jeffries is the most outspoken critic, who compares the Muslim ban to Nazi Germany.
Hitler didn't kill the Jews on the first day. He worked up to it.
Then he goes on the attack and tells Piers he's only there because he won The Apprentice. Sure, Jim Jeffries is pretty obnoxious here, but that audience reaction meant Piers stood no chance.
That's all you're
losing your audience.
You're
know
not
why?
losing my
because
audience.
You're sounding unpleasant,
Am I
and you're
losing
also
it?
not basing.
Number 6, going through childbirth.
Whoa! What level's that?
0.
Huh?
0.
0.
As usual, Piers can't resist getting his opinions on things he hasn't experienced himself, which extends to childbirth. In an attempt to rectify this, they strap him into a TENS machine to simulate labour live on air. Every woman who works on the show behind the scenes comes into the studio to watch and see how long Piers lasts.
And also, only for a matter of minutes.
But can I just point something out?
He manages to get up to 60, which Kate Garraway says is like a contraction just before pain relief is administered, before giving in. But the most embarrassing part is when they bring out the action replay and show Piers what he looked like snarling at the camera.
Are you going to surrender?
God.
Are you giving in?
No!
Come on.
Do not give in!
Come on, Piers, you can do it. And now it goes up again. Another one.
That's enough! Get it!
Number 5. Mocking Love Islanders.
Well, I'm 2
weather?
feet away from 3 of the dimmest people in Britain. No joking. Only joking.
Steady.
Only 2 of you there.
Few things get on Piers Morgan's last nerve like Love Island, one of Britain's most polarising reality shows. He frequently goes on tirades against the show and how he thinks the contestants are stupid, which has backfired more than once. One of the more memorable incidents came when he questioned Hayley Hughes. He starts out asking Hayley, a native Liverpudlian, whether she can speak English and quizzes her on maths. Specifically, he asks whether she knows Pythagoras' theorem.
Do you know the
red.
Pythagoras theorem to the
I do
nearest
actually, yeah.
5 decimal point?
3.147 is certainly the first 4 digits.
So,
Oh, no, pie! That's pie!
Pythagoras theorem.
When Susanna asks him if he knows it, he tells her pi, only to be embarrassingly corrected by a member of the crew.
You just showed yourself up,
Yeah.
Piers Morgan, on national television.
He doesn't get pi right either. Number 4 versus Adam Hills. Comedians Adam Hills and Alex Brooker came on the show to promote The Last Leg's latest series, but Hills has a bone to pick with Piers.
Oh, F off, Piers, you mercenary.
At least
You'll
you used
honestly
the
say
asterisk.
anything for ratings, cash and views. Now, first of all...
That's why
yeah,
he's employed.
Yes, yes.
After he mocked Daniel Craig on Twitter for wearing a papoose, Hills was one of many public figures who hit back. On GMB a few months later, Hills accused Piers of pretending to be something he's not just to pull in ratings.
Either you are a terribly odious, horrible human being who believes everything you say on
Let's
TV.
not rule out that possibility.
They debated whether fans of Piers or viewers of The Last Leg represented the majority of the country better, leaving Alex and Susanna not knowing what to say. For once, it's a relief when the conversation turns to Brexit.
Is that worse than being a half-assed snowflake liberal but pretending not to be?
Number 3 versus Harry Hill. Another comedian who took issue with Piers' papoose comments, dubbed Papoosegate, Harry Hill was on the show to promote his family-friendly tour, where he helped inspire kids to be the next generation of comics.
You work from the inside out. Get shaving foam. Try not to use cream, because if you get it on your clothes, that will. And you work from the...
I've got cream, though.
in a circular motion like this.
Right.
But it turned to chaos when he taught Piers and Susanna how to make custard pies, pulling out a flan case and a can of shaving foam. Hills draws a P on his pie and slams it into Piers' face in revenge for his comments about Daniel Craig and Ross Kemp.
And because this pie is for all those men that wear papooses.
It's impossible not to laugh as Piers wipes the foam from his eyes and retaliates by pieing Susanna.
Anyway, the tour starts in Oxford on Sunday.
Number 2 versus Chelsea Handler.
You tweet very amusingly.
I wish you did.
During an episode of Piers' short-lived CNN talk show, comedian Chelsea Handler put him in the hot seat, asking questions about his controversial interview technique.
This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited on your
If
show.
they're interesting enough.
Yeah, they are. Listen, it doesn't matter how interesting I am. You signed up for this job.
Of course it does.
Well, maybe that's why your job is coming to an end.
She later returned to the show in 2014 and didn't pull any punches. When Piers asks if she could have any moment in her life to repeat, she says she'd rather not be on his show. She even calls the show nonsense, in spite of him pointing out that she's only there to promote her work. Handler slams his interview style and makes fun of him for his show's impending end, and this is with Piers on his best behaviour.
What's the moment if I said to you, I can give you one moment back in your life
to repeat right now, what would you choose?
It would be spending this hour differently.
Number 1 versus Ian Hislop.
By the way, Ian, you know where you live?
Yeah.
You're about to get a new neighbour.
Long-running satirical news show Have I Got News For You welcomed Piers Morgan to its panel only once in his long career, back in 1996.
I just thought I'd say that, in case the viewers got the
surprised.
wrong idea by this vindictive attack on me, personally. Carry on.
You're feeling a bit vulnerable.
Even then, he was leaving controversy in his wake after working for tabloids like The Sun and News of the World, getting him on the wrong side of Ian Hislop. According to Clive Anderson, Piers desperately wanted the studio audience to side with him rather than Hislop. Considering Hislop has been a fixture of the show from the beginning, it wasn't surprising that the audience turned on Piers.
Anybody here like it? Do you like him? Anybody actually like it?
The two have had a feud for decades since this episode. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.